I had this lady, well, one of my mentees I was talking to, and she was just like really crying. She had got in a relationship, and you know how it is when you're in a relationship, and then she had another baby, blah, blah, blah. And so she started neglecting her business and stuff like that. And she was just crying to me, and she was just like, I have kids, and she was like, I don't know what's wrong with me, you would think my kids would be my force, for, going hard, da da da. And I had to just stop her because, well, after she finished, of course I let her finish, but I had to tell her, you have to get yourself good. Everybody, especially mothers, you think it's selfish that you say, oh, you got to put yourself before you put your kids. And it's supposed to be that way, right? If you're in an airplane and the stewardess come on and they tell you, if we're going down, put your oxygen on first. You know what I mean? If you don't have life within yourself, if you're not mentally good, how can you go and save anybody? Whether it be your kids, your parents, anybody in life, your spouse. If you're not mentally good yourself, how can you save anyone? If you have no oxygen, what good are you going to be for me if we both gasping for air because you didn't put your mask on before you tried to come and save me? Now you're out of breath. You have no oxygen to even come help me. And that's how you have to think about life. You have to find some kind of way to take time for yourself and not feel guilty about that. Because mental illness is a thing. And if you do not take care of yourself, it's going to show up sooner or later. It's okay to not feel like you want to be around your kids 24/7. It's okay. It's human. You're human. It doesn't mean that you are less than a parent, a mother, a father, or whatever, or you're a bad husband or wife because you have to go get yourself, emotionally, mentally stable. That's smart. I am a firm believer in having a balance. You have to have a balance. If I'm on vacation, I'm on vacation. I don't take work with me. I have fun. I do whatever pleases me, whatever makes me happy. And then when I'm at work, I'm in that mode. You know what I mean? But without a system in place, and that system including your mental health, you are going to break. It's not that your business failed you. It's not that, and I'm speaking to myself and my mentees, my students, it's not that your business failed. It did not fail. You failed to develop a system that you need to keep going. Anytime I give my students, my mentees, the formula is the same. The formula works. You have to go back to the basics sometime. Like for me, I love to drive. Like today I had a really, really long day. And it was long because it was me having to have a mental capacity for my business to reconstruct it, rebrand, putting teams in place. things like that. And so my mental was all over myself. So I said tonight, to calm myself down, to amp myself back up, to supercharge myself again, I'm going to go do what makes me happy. I like to see houses at night, big houses. I want to get to something that I want to obtain in my life. I want to get close to it as I can. So I enjoy riding at night, listening to my music. That fuels me. You know, maybe that's not your thing. I love to be by water. I'm a water baby. Even the sound, it can be a pond. It can be a lake. I just love to like go be by water, journal, think. You know what I mean? And you can't do that, you know, because you're scared to say your kids are getting on your nerve, or you just need a day just to yourself. Just even sometime just to sit in silence. Just to even hear your own thoughts sometime is just like, it can be a great thing. You can't do that when everything is chaotic in your life. The kids are running around. You got everybody calling you about relationship problems, and everybody want this, everybody want that. You need this, you're lacking that. You know what I mean? Especially when you're in business. And it's not just about business. It's just about, you know, for your own self good anyway. But especially if you are in business, you have your own life problems on top of your business problems or your business ventures. Sometimes it's not problems. Sometimes it's just things that you have to work through. You know what I mean? And if you haven't created a system to balance out life, it will take you over. It will take you over. Your mind is so cluttered, you don't even know where to start. You don't know how to put one foot in front of the other. So your business starts to suffer. Everything starts to deteriorate with your mind because everything has just went down. You know what I mean? I think most people that I talk to, students, friends, family, they give so much to other people, then they give to themselves. And I used to be like that too. I'm on a streak right now, not answering my phone and not really too much calling and dealing with a lot of people. Not because I don't love them, not because I'm mad at them, but because right now where I am in my life, I need everything that I have in me and some of God's strength, a lot of God's strength to carry me where I'm trying to go. And I don't have the capacity to take on anyone else's problems or whatever they got in life, trying to help them. I just can't do it. I just can't do it right now. And that does not mean I'm a bad person or I'm a selfish person. You know what I mean? And I just had to, learn that, and so that my business can grow, so that I can be a help to the people that I love. You know what I mean? So that I can lend to people that I love. You know what I mean? But if my capacity is already overwhelmed and I'm trying to throw other stuff on top of what's already going on in my life and pull you and pull myself at the same time, it's just I can't do it. You know what I mean? So you have to learn how to get yourself back to the basics, and give yourself that self-care day. Self-care doesn't mean always that you have to go spend money or, maybe you just want to go sit at a restaurant. Maybe you just want to eat some salsa or drink some water. You know what I mean? But just really enjoy yourself and listen to yourself and get, buckle down of what's good for you, what you like, what you dislike. You know what I mean? Before you can just take on everybody else's problem or need. You know what I mean? You got to make sure you good. You got to. And I want any of my students that is hearing this, because lately I've been calling around asking some of my students, within the years, how is it going? What are you doing? And I'm hearing them say, oh, the clients or, the economy, BS. Get back to the basics. Get back in your groove. And remember why you started that business. Why you came to me in the first place. To spend money. I think it's very irritating for me. That's why in my beauty school I don't let a lot of people in. Because I need to know that you're here to learn and you're going to do what I say that you want to do, with what I'm teaching you. It makes me really mad when people spend money with me and do nothing with it. Come on, what are we doing? Especially when you have free access to ask me anything, to help you with anything. What are we doing? Let's stop being lazy and put the work in. Let's have those self-care days that we need to fuel us, keep us inspired. But giving up, it's not an option. Sure as hell not an option for me. I've got too much invested. There's a lot of days I want to just lay this shit down, but I can't. I got a goal that I want. I got people depending on me. If I don't do it, it's not getting done. If I don't show the world how to work to do this, especially in my town, nobody's going to see it. So I gotta show up every day. There's no option for me.